Wait, it's 9:29. Okay, we're live.
All right, how's everybody doing today? My name is Michael, naturalist here with Buchanan County Conservation. And today for Animal Encounters, we are going to be talking about toads. So I would guess that most of you guys have seen a toad before, but I wonder how many of you guys have seen a toad eat before, because it's pretty darn cool. And before I get too much farther into it, I also have Bailey behind the camera right now. She's recording for me. But like I said, we are going to be talking about toads. I will get her out. So toads, kind of brush her off a little bit. She was buried really deep in her dirt here in the Nature Center, which, speaking of the Nature Center is open for you to come out here. We do have limited hours, so make sure you check our website for that. And but you can come in here and take a look around. So with toads, they are pretty cool amphibians. So an amphibian is an animal that lives, we like to say, two lives. So they spend part of their life, not half of their life, but part of their life in the water. And then some amphibians will move to the land. Not all amphibians, like a mud puppy, which is a type of salamander, it actually gets these cool little frilly gills and it hangs out in the water all of its life. Whereas like a toad, it will come onto land after it's done going through its metamorphosis. You guys, is anybody watching?
Yeah.
Okay, who can tell me what a toad starts out as in the beginning of their metamorphosis, in the beginning of their change of their life? Can anybody respond and let me know what you think they start out as? All right, if there's no guesses, I'll ruin the surprise. It's an egg, okay? So they start out as a little tiny egg, little teeny tiny squishy looking egg. And when they have their eggs, they have a lot of eggs. They lay a lot of eggs in the water. And then what they turn into next is a tadpole. So they become these little, with a toad, they turn into a little black tadpole. So they will be very small. Their body is very small, and they have this little tail that helps them move around and maneuver in the water. And then after that stage, they are a tadpole with legs. So they get their back legs first. And then after that, they will get their front legs. And then shortly thereafter, they will turn into a full-grown toad, and they will go onto the land. So with toads, they do go through a metamorphosis. Like I said, they are an amphibian. Amphibians have smooth skin. They don't have scales covering their body. He does have bumps, but it's kind of rough. So they are also cold-blooded, so they get their energy from the sun, which is out today. So I hope you guys are getting outside and enjoying that, because it's a beautiful day out. So they do not have claws. Amphibians don't have claws for the most part. There's a couple different types of amphibians that do have claws. There's always an exception to every rule, it seems like. And they don't have teeth. I can't quite open his mouth to show you that he doesn't have teeth, but I promise you he doesn't have teeth. So, when you're at home and you come across a toad, don't worry. The toad won't hurt you. Even if it pees on you, you won't get warts, okay? We don't have to worry about warts. We don't get warts from toads. But make sure you do wash your hands, because they have these special glands on the back side. Right here, you can see them on her. There are these brown glands, and those are actually poison glands. So she has these poison glands there, and if I was to lick her, it wouldn't taste very good. So if you guys have a dog at home who might have gotten a toad before, sometimes they start foaming at the mouth because it tastes really bad. So they are, make sure you don't lick toads is really the moral of the story. If you see your pet going after a toad, try and get your pet away. I mean, especially because we don't want to hurt the toads, because they do a lot of really good things for us. They keep insects away. If you guys have a garden, it's a great thing to have in your garden, because you can put a little house out for him, and then he can hang out in the house and he can eat your bugs. So that's pretty cool for toads to be able to do that. His eyes, you see his eyes? They're right up on the top of his head. Her head, I'm sorry. I probably keep on referring it to as a him, but it's actually her. the females are usually a lot bigger, and the males are usually a lot smaller. So I would guess that this is a female or a girl. So they have these eyes on the top of their head. So when they are down on the ground, they can see up above them a lot easier. Or, you know, like a frog, for example, they spend a lot of the time in the water, and they need their eyes just above the water so then they can see any predators that might be coming. So the kinds of things that they might eat are they eat all different kinds of insects, really is one of their biggest things that they eat are insects, worms, spiders, a lot of those creepy crawlies that a lot of people might not like. So I think that toads are really cute. But are there any questions that are coming in about toads? Okay.
No.
So a really kind of cool thing about toads and amphibians in general is that they are a great indicator species. So what that means is that they can tell us about our habitats where they are living. I don't know if you guys are on our Facebook a whole lot, but if you are, I have a frog and toad survey video that I posted on there, and it talks a little bit about frog and toad surveys. So people go out throughout the whole entire state of Iowa and listen for different kinds of frogs and toads. And the reason why we do that is because, like I said, they are a great indicator species. They tell us about our habitats. They tell us if they are healthy or unhealthy. You know, if we're hearing a bunch of toads in one area 1 year, and then we come back 2 or 3 years later and we don't hear any, that could be a bad indicator of what's happening to our habitat, to our area that we are in. Because they are a good indicator species, the reason why they are is because their skin is very, very thin. It's very permeable. It's water can get into it. They can actually breathe through their skin. So that's how they're such a good indicator species, because if there's something bad going on in the water or in that habitat, it'll affect them through their skin. Let's see, what else about the little toad? They make a really cool sound. They kind of have a trill. And I don't have my sound machine with me, but I could pull it up on my phone really quick. But maybe I'll do that while we are feeding the toad, as we can listen to the toad sound. But yeah, they have this really loud kind of trill. When there's a lot of them, it's almost deafening. It's really kind of hard to hear anything else but the toad. So I think we might put the toad in the tank here, and I have some crickets for her to eat, and you guys can watch her eat the crickets. She will probably so they don't usually use their tongue too much to catch them, but they just kind of lunge really quickly. So we'll have to watch and see what she does. I hope you guys can see it okay. Does it look all right?
Yeah.
We'll just put a couple in there for now. All right, here she goes. She's on the hunt, guys. She sees them. Hopefully Bailey didn't feed him too much yesterday. Oh, ready? Oh, she does use her tongue. I'm sorry. Did you see how she closed her eyes? So in order to swallow, it helps them to close their eyes to help them swallow. So it helps them push it down further. When you guys are eating lunch today, see if that helps you swallow any better. I would guess it probably doesn't, but maybe it does. See, let's put in a couple more. Isn't it cool? I think it's so cool when toads eat. We'll put in a couple more. Whoops. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh, man, no. She's like, I'm not too hungry. All right, here's the toad call, too. You guys can just listen to it while you're watching.
Oh, there
that
she
was
goes.
cool. And that's what the toad call sounds like, that kind of sudden trill. Not that. Not that. There you go, right there. That's the American toad sound. So the reason why they're making those sounds is they're trying to find a mate. They're trying to attract a mate. They're trying to find a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
She's like, ooh.
And you can see sometimes too they will use their eyes or their hands to kind of clear off their eyes and their face a little bit. Eat another cricket. Eat at least one more. You can do it. If you guys are interested too, if you have kids at home who are kind of getting bored, we are having summer camps starting this week for kids preschool all the way up to 6th grade, I believe. So make sure you check out on BuchananCountyParks.com if you want to get your kids registered. Mm-hmm. All right, here she goes. She's going to get one. This is going to be a good one. Oh! Aww. It's so cool. So this is kind of gross. I'm sure you guys like gross factor. I'll tell you really quick before we head out. I was at a preschool room one day, and this was a couple of years ago, and I had a toad out, and she decided she needed to poop. And she pooped on me, and her poop was like this big. It was huge. I didn't understand how she could poop that big, but I've never seen a toad poop before, but it was pretty cool. The preschoolers really enjoyed it. Maybe one more. Ooh, maybe she'll get a twofer. Get it. Do you see how she's stealthily walking up? She's trying to be kind of quiet. Go slow. Until bam.
So it's there, but you might want to, if you're going to work on it.
All right. She, I guess, isn't hungry right now. Or else she's just like really trying to be really sneaky. Waiting for it to get closer within her reach. Oh, there it is. Are there any questions that you saw come through? All right, cool.
Nope.
Okay, well, if nobody has any questions, then I think that we will end our animal encounters for today, and be sure to join us next week. Thanks you guys for coming out, or not coming out, but thanks for coming on to Facebook and checking out Animal Encounters this week, and have a great week.
Bye, guys.